Well, guys, thank you for coming once again. I gotta tell you something very funny that just happened. I recorded a really, really interesting video for you guys. It was 33 minutes, and I just realized that meanwhile I was speaking to you, the mic was with all the volume low, with, let's say, yeah, I mean, like the volume of the microphone was very low, so I mean, you won't be able, to listen to anything. So it is quite frustrating because I was very inspired, and well, maybe it was a good reminder of the importance of being succinct, So maybe I was speaking too much. Well, it's part and parcel of, let's say, starting a new channel on YouTube, and well, I'm learning from these mistakes. But anyway, guys, so I just wanted to have this time, to record a video because rambling, especially in order to practice, let's say, my English, has been something that, let's say, has been one of the main goals that I have for this year in particular. And well, so this is why I have this YouTube channel. In order to share with you some anecdotes, some experiences. And today, and that was actually the topic from the video I was recording. The importance of speaking different languages and how to master them, and some benefits. So, well, I would like to get started with some criticisms that I have received, in the past, and how I've dealt with them, because sometimes people can be very mean, and well, whenever you are mastering something, there would be some comments or some naysayers saying like, whoa, you need to, or you are not doing things in a correct way, and so on. So I wouldn't say that I'm close, that I'm close to critical, let me rephrase it. So I'm not saying that I'm against a constructive criticism. Of course, it is always welcome, but of course, I'm referring, let's say, in this particular case, to comments which are like, oh, you sound so stupid when you're speaking English, or you sound so stupid when you speak French. So I consider that these kind of comments are irrelevant, and I always ignore them, Anyway, so if the person who's making these kind of comments is an expert or is a polyglot or something of the kind, I definitely take into consideration what the person is saying, but I'm pretty sure that a person who's a polyglot will have a better approach to how to give feedback, Well, anyway, so I would like to start with the problems I have had, in order to master, let's say, these four languages that I'm able to speak at the moment. Well, how I've reacted, or what has been my plan, in order to achieve my let's say, my fluency in these languages. Well, fluency, or let's say, active use of the language, or the languages, much better. And well, also some extra benefits that I would like to ramble about. Well, so I would like to share with you a particular anecdote. So I remember when I gave my first presentation in Portuguese at work. I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time I was very enthusiastic because I love, let's say, giving presentations, let's say, preparing a PowerPoint presentation with images, titles, colors, and so on. So I'm this kind of person who enjoys that. Well, so when I finished my presentation, everyone told me like, wow, Eric, so that was a very insightful presentation. So the theory that you were teaching, or you were explaining to us, was fascinating. Congratulations, keep it up. Of course, there are some words that you need to be careful with the pronunciation, but anyway, it was a really good let's say, presentation. So I was very happy, but the thing is that at that time, let's say, at that company I used to work for, there was a new coordinator at the time, and she was living in the Netherlands for 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. And she just said, Eric, I need to talk to you for a while. And well, I was thinking, well, perhaps she wants to congratulate me or something of the kind, or she wants to give me some pointers. And the thing was that when she started talking about the presentation, she said like, wow, the way you speak Portuguese is horrible, so your pronunciation is terrible, so you shouldn't be speaking in Portuguese to an audience, so come on. And well, of course, it took me aback because I mean, I definitely dedicated myself, I mean, to give a really good presentation, being careful with the pronunciation of different words. And in a way, I felt that the audience or the people who congratulated me, maybe they were trying to be polite or something of the kind. But anyway, I realized that the problem was about her. I mean, it was her problem, by the way, because the next day she was supposed to give a presentation in English. And well, guys, I do, let's say I consider that my English level is somehow understandable. I mean, people can understand and can follow my ideas, but I would say that the way she spoke English, it was just terrible. I mean, like she mispronounced a lot of basic words. I mean, her ideas were, let's say, she was beating around the bush a lot, and well, so it was. To be honest, it was a really bad presentation, and the audience agreed with that. So, yeah, I took it as a lesson. I mean, to be careful with the kind of comments that I'm welcome, or let's say that I'm open to receiving. Because sometimes we consider that every kind of comment should be heard or should be taken into consideration. Sorry, should be taken into consideration, but I mean, not always. I mean, there are good comments that you definitely need to pay attention to. For example, Eric. So speak slowly, or let's say speak slower. This is what I wanted to say. But guys, I know that it's very complicated because my mind is super fast, and sometimes even in my native language, I tend to have these problems. I mean, like, I want to say many things at the same time, and sometimes when I'm speaking, it's very complicated. I mean, to slow down. And this is why I'm creating these YouTube videos. I mean, in order for me to listen to myself, I mean, to understand in which areas I can improve. And well, but this is something completely different from let's say what this woman told me, because she was like, oh, there's no way for you to improve your Portuguese, so just stop speaking Portuguese. And well, this is ridiculous because I live in Brazil, so what kind of language would you like me to use? So it was preposterous, but well, it was just her problem. Also, another problem that I've been feeling, let's say to be a nuisance for me, is that I'm a really avid learner of languages in general, but especially English, because I use English as a way for me to make a living. I mean, I teach classes, also I translate documents. Well, I use English quite a lot, but I'm this kind of person who always studies vocabulary, listens to podcasts. I mean, I'm all the time watching watching some videos and something of the kind, and trying to learn new expressions and so on. But I've been noticing that the more you study, the more let's say the less confident you feel. And it's quite weird because there have been other languages that, I mean, I just study quite a bit, or let's say just the essentials, and I feel extremely confident when I'm speaking them, but the more I study English, the more insecure I feel, and that's weird in a way. But well, this is another reason why I'm recording these videos, to gain that confidence, to feel comfortable when speaking English, because I love this language, and I love how many doors you can open, I mean, with this language. And I mean, I consider that my English level is quite good, but I really love these let's say foreigners who master English in such a way that they use phrasal verbs, and they speak with let's say that emotional charge that I would like to have in English, especially because I notice that when I speak English, I sound a little bit robotic. I'm like blah 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 blah. But I think it is also about my personality, because I don't know, but it's been quite a while that I feel that when I speak, let's say in French or in Portuguese, my voice sounds like very robotic. But I would say that it is all about my personality, because I don't like to be like very effusive or like, hello, how are you? I'm not this kind of person. But I really admire people who are like very enthusiastic, and they are like, oh, hello, sir, it's been quite a while since we haven't spoken, and whatever. but I would like to be that effusive, but I don't know. I think it's not part of my personality, and well, I should respect that. But I mean, for some professional scenarios, I consider that it would be really interesting. I mean, to be more effusive, or at least not to sound so plain or flat, you know. But I'm okay as long as people are following what I'm saying. I think it's okay. But well, you can tell me, guys, in the comments what you think about it. Also, I would like to share with you the languages that I speak. I speak French, I speak Spanish and Portuguese, and well, also, learning Portuguese, or let's say mastering my Portuguese, has been quite an interesting journey because Portuguese, in terms of structure, is quite easy in my view, but the pronunciation part is the most difficult one. For example, these nasal sounds such as boom, so it's quite difficult, you know, pão, são, não, maçã, which was a really difficult word, I mean, to master. Yeah, it has been quite a journey, but I feel very confident when I speak Portuguese. I mean, I can understand jokes. I mean, like I can make some jokes as well, and I consider that humor is, let's say, the ultimate level of, well, humor and sarcasm is like the ultimate level. I mean, once you master that, I would say that you can consider yourself as a very competent language user. So French, I have some difficulties from time to time, but I consider that my French has improved significantly because I tend to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and well, I study for 1 hour and a half. I mean, I dedicate some time to English, some time to Portuguese, some time to French. And well, Spanish, I watch a couple of videos. I mean, just as a way of maintaining the level, but I mean, like, nothing. I mean, to be, let's say, nothing to worry about. Let's say. Well, so just before finishing, guys, with this rumble, because I need to go back to work. Well, I'm still working, so I hope I could leave, or I could make a living out of YouTube. But well, so in the future, and also whenever I feel more comfortable and confident and whatever, I hope so. And well, this is why I'm embarking on this journey. I would like to share with you some words or some phrases in the languages that I speak, and well, so just to rumble a little bit in each language. So I hope I can do it in a very good way, because going from one language to another, it's complicated from time to time. So let's go. Ok, je vais commencer avec français parce que je pense que français, ou les français, c'est les langues les plus difficiles pour apprendre et pour parler, parce que il y a beaucoup de de vocabulaire que tu dois apprendre. Et aussi la prononciation de français est quelquefois tellement compliquée, donc tu dois faire attention, par exemple, avec la conjugaison de quelques verbes et tout ça. Donc, et c'est une langue que quelquefois peut être un peu compliquée, mais on doit profiter les processus et être heureux de les petits progrès que tu peux avoir. Donc, c'est ça. Em português, eu acredito que quando a gente está aprendendo uma língua, a gente tem que ser bastante paciente, né, para entender que muitas vezes a gente vai ter comentários negativos a respeito do jeito que a gente fala, do nosso sotaque, ou de algumas palavras que nós vamos usar, de repente, que vêm de outras línguas, né, ou de repente parecer muito formal quando a gente quer explicar uma ideia. Por exemplo, eu me lembro que eu gostava bastante de uma palavra em português, que é a palavra coletânea, mas falar coletânea numa reunião de trabalho até pode parecer muito formal, então é importante adaptar nosso vocabulário à intenção comunicativa que a gente tem. Então é difícil esse processo, mas aos poucos a gente vai adaptando o nosso vocabulário para as diferentes circunstâncias do día a día. Y en español, chicos, pues bueno, simplemente el español yo lo utilizo para comunicarme, para hablar con mis amigos, para escuchar música, para leer sobre diferentes asuntos y mantenerme al día, porque yo creo que en este mundo especialmente tan lleno de noticias y de situaciones que pasan a cada rato, pues hay que estar muy pendiente de todo lo que sucede. Entonces es muy importante pues tener acceso a todos estos idiomas y hacerlo de la mejor manera. Well, guys, that would be all. So thank you for listening to this ramble, and well, see you next time. Bye.